Not only have I crashed the van this week, but I've had a crappy week in work. It's been one thing after another, and to top off the weekend, I've broken down. Let's just try and turn this massive negative into a positive. But this is how I broke down. I mean, this breakdown ended up me having to get recovered back to the northwest from Coventry, which was a pain, but it's always wise to have good breakdown cover for something like that. But we were driving down to Norfolk. I woke up lovely and early in the morning, ready and raring to go. I was going to see my son. It's been 3 weeks since I've last seen him, so I was really excited. And we're driving down. Now, you have to keep in mind, we've had a progressive coolant leak on this van for months now. It's been one of those coolant leaks that's been manageable until I can get it in to get the timing belt and the water pump service done, which I kind of already done. Now, when you phone up VW to get a big job like that done, now I don't really trust VW to actually do that work, solely because I'm a bit of a pansy really. It's major engine work, so I want the work to be guaranteed, and they can guarantee it. I phoned them up and they said, yeah, we can do it, not a problem, here's your quote, we're going to steal your arm, your leg and your other leg for this matter, but it's going to wait 6 weeks to get this work done. Yeah, okay then, no worries, book it in. And I booked it in ages ago. I've got 9 days now until that's actually booked in, like until I can physically go there. The problem is the progressiveness of this coolant leak means I can now no longer move this. Normally I can get best part of 500 mile before I need to top up the van of coolant. Now normally it flags up on the dashboard when you need to top up your coolant, which it always does. However, this time I knew I was going on a long drive, so I topped it up before I left. It was only 50 mile later where it flagged up on the dash, you need to top it up. And I was like, huh? That's a little bit strange. Why is it doing that? It's not a problem. I'm a mile away from Sandbach services. I'll pull in there and I'll top it up. That's exactly what I did. Topped it up as normal, thought nothing about it, carried on down the road. Just normal, 60 mile an hour, cruise control, minding my own business. Do-do-do-do-do. Bing! Pops up on the dashboard again. 50 mile later, I'm in Corley services. I'm a mile away from Corley services. Poof, that'll do. I'll pull in there. I'll have a look. Hold on a second, it's really low again. It took over 2 litres of water to be able to top it up. It wasn't a problem topping it up because I've got my tap there. I just topped it up with fresh water straight from the tap. But that got me thinking, hold on, is this safe to continue? So I topped it up, carried on, less than 20 mile later, bing, coolant leak. Hold on a second, something's really wrong here. Pull in, have a look. Yes, water's gushing out underneath. Exactly where the progressive dripping fault was, it was just gently dripping. Every time the thermostat had opened, it was dripping a bit of coolant. Nothing massively unmanageable. Until now, topped it up, and I'm like quite scared now. I'm like, crap, I'm on the A14 heading towards Norfolk. Well, it's more towards Northampton, Cambridgey sort of area. That's the way I'm heading. And it went off again, 10 mile later. So this is getting a lot worse. Each single time that I stopped, I had to put another 2 litres of coolant in. It got to the point where I wasn't even doing 3 miles before I needed to put another 2 litres of coolant in. So I managed to pull it up, nice safe place, but a safe place where I could pull in and recovery could pull in. Phoned up the AA. The AA came out, had a look at it, said, yep, needs to get recovered. We'll send a recovery truck. Little recovery truck pulls up. Oh, that's too big to go on our van. We'll have to order you another one. By this time, it's sunken in. I'm not getting down to Norfolk to see my son. I'm heartbroken. I'm destroyed. It's been a crappy week, and this weekend should have been my unwind, my release from such a poor week. But it ain't going to happen. I have to get through this now. 2 hours later, he turns up, gives me a lift back up to the northwest. That's where we are right now. It was a Saturday afternoon, gets back up here, starts phoning around all the local garages where this van can actually fit in height-wise, because a lot of the garages are just for cars. Now I'm thinking, if this coolant leak is what I think it is coming from the water pump, then I may as well get the water pump and the whole timing belt done, phone up VW and say, I can't make it, I can't get up there, I've had to get it done locally. I can drive this for 5 miles before the coolant light flicks on, so in theory, I should be able to get it sorted. Until Saturday afternoon, every single garage was closed, just ringing out. On Google Maps, where you can see when it says open, every one of them was closed. Things running through my mind was, I'm not going to see my son again. How long's the van going to be off the road? Then I noticed that accident I had where I crunched the back roofing. I went to another garage to get that quote done. They said, come back on Friday, we'll get up there, properly inspect it, see what the exact damage is and find out the best way to repair it. I went round there and they made it more watertight for me and then gave me the quote. I'll reveal that one slightly later. But I noticed that's still leaking, so I've got to get that sorted. Problem is, it's been raining for like 6 weeks straight by this point. It's okay, I can wait till the next day. No, I can't. Today is Sunday. Again, all the garages are shut. It's okay, I'll wait until Monday. Nope, Monday I've got a shift in work. How am I going to do that? Luckily, Danielle's letting me use her car to get to and from work on Monday. And then Tuesday, I've got a day off work. Throughout the day on Monday, I'm going to phone up all the garages and just say, look, I need to get this sorted. I'm willing to pay a bit extra. I just need to get it in for the coolant leak. If they turn around and say it's the water pump, I'll just turn around and say, can you do the coolant pump, the water pump, the timing belt, everything while you're there. We just need to hope that I can find somewhere to get this in to get it sorted. Because, well, my home is off the road. Oh, it's off the road. Oh, but again, this is why you need a backup fund. The money's there just to pay someone to do it, but trying to find someone to do it is a whole different game. It's proper got me down, this has. It's properly got me down. I'm on that stage where I'm trying to sort of save up a load of money so that I can make the leap into becoming a full-time YouTube van life creator. Rather than work full-time out of one destination, I can go off exploring and creating the content that I like to create. That'll have to wait a bit longer until I can get everything sorted. So if you're new around here, please subscribe. But let's turn this whole negative and down sort of into something positive, shall we? We've got the van, it's off the road, it's parked here. What work needs doing to it? I decided I'd try and make a list of jobs that I can do to the van while it's just parked here off the road for the day. I've got the full day to do stuff. The rain's chucking it down, so it's all stuff inside the van. Hopefully I can get up and sort that leak out if it stops drying, but this is my list. So at the top, we've got the toolbox for the van. I've got a storage area in my partner's house out the back. It's like a shed sort of thing, and I've got all my crap stood there. But I haven't got enough tools under here, and the tools that I have got are not what I really need all the time. And I've got tools in there, so I've got to sort all that out. But that's potentially an outdoor job because I need to get the back doors open to do that. We've got, look at the van's roof leak. I can't do that just yet. Look at the coolant leak. I can't do that yet. So these are all outside jobs. I'm going to take the opportunity to charge up all my electrics because we've got the, I can plug it straight into the house. I can get that sorted. Charge my jump starter. Now I've got one of those battery powered jump starters where it's just like a little jump pack and it's got a couple of leads on it. You press the boost button, it helps jump start people. But the amount of people that I've spoke to lately where I've been parked there and they're like, oh my God, I can't get it started. It's okay, I've got this. Boof. So although the battery's nearly dead on this, probably got one jump on it, I want to make sure that's safe, so I'll get that charged up. But again, that's an inside the house job. I've got to put all my clothes away. I've got to do all that sort of stuff that's all there, clean up that mess that was down there. I want to sort out the cupboards, so get all the cupboards out, all the stuff out, and just sort it all out, rearrange it all, get it all back up there. But I can't get it back up there until I've painted the van. I've got some like wood framework to build going around the van, but again, I can't build that while it's absolutely chucking it down outside. I've got to build that, stick that on, similar to this one at the top here where I've got the outside trim. Well, I want to do that down here, and again, it matches stuff like all this one down here. Then we're going to paint, all the black is going white. All the black up there is going white. Not the ceiling, because the ceiling needs to come out completely when they do the actual roof. You see, because when I took that up to them to get it checked out, because they told me, come back in a few days. They gave me a date, a time, stuff like that. We'll physically get up there, we'll strip it apart, we'll have a look at what the extent of the damage is and what the best way is to repair it. I didn't want the cheapest way to repair it. I didn't want to go over a pothole and a whole slab of filler to vibrate out and jump out and hit the car behind me. I wanted it done properly. So he said, fair enough, let's do it. He gets up on the ladder. He peels all the wrap off because I've wrapped the back corner of the van just solely to keep it watertight, and it hasn't really worked, as you can tell. But he gets up there, takes it all off, has a look at it, and where the actual impact point is, there's a split in the metalwork. And rather than sit there welding it all up, then straightening it all out, and then trying to get it all level, and then going through the filler process and stuff like that, it's easier just to buy a whole new panel, apparently. So it's cheaper for me to just get the whole panel for the whole top back of the van and get them to just cut the old one out, slap the new one in. Job's a good one. Then you've got a bit of respray work and all that sort of stuff to do on top of it. So it has come out to be a bit more expensive than just slap it full of filler, but the job's going to get done properly. Problem is, that part's on back order. VW won't make those panels until they've had enough orders, and the garage is fully booked for quite a while. Basically, I can't get that job done until February, so he just made it watertight for me. I've also want to have a look at the blinds, try and fix them while I'm here. That one just there, because basically the spring has gone in the top of it. This is just Velcroed on, or I thought it was just Velcroed on. Anyway, the spring's gone in it, so it doesn't stick up. But to get to it, I've got to unscrew some screws that are in the top. Those screws are behind this fake tile stuff, so I've got to try and take them off without damaging them, unscrew it down, have a look at it, might get that fixed. But we're always checking out comments and replying to them on here, so if you want to shout out, drop us a comment. You might sort of make the cut. Any regrets buying a VW now? No. If I didn't have a VW, then who would I have banter with? At the minute, I'm having proper good fun having banter with the Sprinter owners. They say it's better, I say mine's better, everyone else says they're the same vans. They're different vans now. One, because this is better. Simples. But I'm procrastinating far too much. I need to go and get some work done. So join me while we get some stuff done. I've got all the stuff down here to put away, but instead of putting that away first, I'm going to strip out my clothes cupboard and sort of arrange everything so it's a lot better. Then I'll move over to just anything else that's on the list. I can guarantee I won't get it all done, but it keeps me distracted and preoccupied from everything else that's going on. What's going to go wrong this time? It's amazing what you find when you start stripping your cupboards down. I thought I'd lost my drone. I've just found it in my clothes cupboard. I've got loads of jogging bottoms I could do with getting rid of some of the clothes. Check these out. Just a load of random medals that I've got. Look, North Coast 500. These were those Conquer challenges. You walk so many steps and you're walking around a make-believe track and all that sort of stuff. Danielle got me a couple for climbing a couple of mountains. That's when we first met. You got Scarfowl Pike and Old Man of Coniston. They're great mountains. Scarfowl Pike's just a killer. It's just a staircase to hell the whole way up. I love doing Everest. I haven't actually climbed Everest. I just climbed the same amount of steps that it does take to climb up Everest. What else have I got? Helvellyn. That's a beautiful mountain. I'll need to go back up Helvellyn. Striding Edge and Swirl Edge when it's snowy in winter. Yes. Snowdon, Campbells. They're all just... I've walked the majority of them. I've walked all the Lake District mountains. The only one I haven't walked there is the North Coast 500. I just walked 500 mile. And Everest. The rest of them I've walked. It's quite cool actually, but this is how much my procrastination is actually going. I've got 3 items of clothing out, the medals and the drone, and then I spent 2 minutes talking to you about absolute crap. This is my life. I have no idea. My shorts. See what I mean? It's been that long since I've actually been through here. I've got stuff I don't even know that I actually had. The amount of these t-shirts that I've sort of like, I thought I'd lost them or just misplaced them and stuff, and they're not, they're just in the bottom of my cupboard. All these plans of getting rid of loads of clothes, and all I've done is get rid of one t-shirt just down there. But that's the rest of it just there. It's sort of, I've got loads of space up the top now for more clothes, but I've only got rid of one t-shirt. So it's just sort of like everything else has been organised. Remember all that junk that I said I had underneath my feet now? I've just remembered I've got 2 carrier bags full of clothes I've got to try and fit up there. Wasn't just clothes that was in that bag, there was a bit of washing that I took in as well from the time that I didn't have a sink in the van. But there was also stuff like this. I found this the other day and it's the only one my lad hasn't tried, so I got it for him and I was going to take it down to Norfolk with me. I should be there now. This sucks. There's only one cure for motivation, because I have none of it right now. My favourite monster, and then, I don't know, is Lewis Hamilton going to do it? It says 0 sugar, which just doesn't give me no motivation. These next 2 drawers should be quite fun. This one's just sort of full of pots, pans, cutlery, plates, bowls, that sort of crap. But I have a feeling there's a load more junk under there, so it'll be amazing what we find. This one is, again, just full of a bit of food stuff, tins, a few more bits, just junk and stuff for cooking and whatever. And these 2 down here are just full of food. And again, I have no idea what I've put in these over the last sort of 6 months, but these baskets do come out, so I'm just going to get them out, whack them on the counter and go through them. Something tells me I'm going to need a rubbish bag for this next bit. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff in that unit. See what I mean? My old Ogwen Valley hat, just check that out. That's good old Adam and Eve, so I'm glad I found that. But there's stuff, I mean, that's not, is it? Sorry, mate. This, I might just give these away actually. I had some super bright LED headlights on my old van. There we go, them things. But they don't fit on this van, so I just stored them in the cupboard. So, and they're perfectly good, perfectly usable. So I might give them away. I don't know. Every time I do give something away, it always goes to a subscriber. So make sure you are subscribed. I bet all that other stuff that's missing is actually going to be in this next one. So I'll get that one down. And yes, I have found out a lot of stuff that I needed. Look, me winter hiking gloves. perfect. I love those gloves because they've got this thing on the finger where you can still use your phone while you're doing it, with the Ogwen Valley hat. They're my crampons. So they're the spikes that go on the bottom of your hiking boots in the winter. Perfect. I need that. This was clear hand sanitizer when I put it in that unit, so that can go in the bin. All this plastic cutlery. I've actually got proper cutlery now, so that can all go. And this one is the one I use when I do go off hiking or up in the mountains. I've got a meal deal or something, so I'll keep hold of that one. I've got some proper plates. I've got a funky wine glass. As much as I want to get rid of it, I can't. Danielle got it me. She'd kill me. I've got a gas bottle for a little cooker, which I thought that little stove was actually in this unit, but it wasn't. So I'm going to keep that out because I use that when I go up in the hills. This stuff, bamboo cutlery and straws and stuff, I want to keep that for, I've got reasons. That one is just a little plastic stirry thingy. A couple of utensil bits, some, yeah, bowls, plastic bowls. I don't need them anymore. They can go. And I've got a couple of plastic drinking cups, and I've got one cup. I should have another cup kicking around somewhere soon. Oh no, wait there. There it is in the sink. See what kind of wonders await me on this one just here. This is what I love. You can just grab these containers and they just supposedly lift out. There's going to be loads of stuff in this one that I really have absolutely no idea how it got in there or why it's even in there, but that's the next one. I'm going to put that one just there, and already, oh, I found my tape measure that I lost. I'm just going to have to get all the other cupboards out, because now I've opened this one out, there's more stuff that's missing, but there's more stuff that I've connected, so I'm going to have to get them out as well, I think. It comes to something when you have to go through all your food that you've already got and try and clear all the sell-by dates. When's that one run out of date? When's that one run out of date? But I have found some cool stuff. How the hell am I going to get all this sorted? Things like my tablet. I bought this tablet, right, to do some editing on, and I turned it on once and I got it all set up, and I figured, you know what, I'm going to start editing some really high quality videos, but the tablet wasn't quality enough to support all the drone shots and stuff that I had, so that has literally just been left in there. So I might try and set that up for the winter, download some movies onto it or something along those lines. All my winter stuff, I've got my tin of a bit of valuable stuff in there, me bank crap. I've got a book. I've not even looked inside this book and I don't know what it's for. It's just an empty book, but I'm going to start using it for YouTube notes, make some cool videos and stuff like that. I've got all my foodie sort of crap that just sort of stays in the van. My tins of soup, my pasta sauce. Does honey need to go in the fridge? I don't know. That's for me granola and stuff. I even found a big old packet of chocolate bars. They won't be there tonight, so I don't need to worry about them. I've basically been left with one of those units, just a little one there, just totally spare. I've just chucked those few bits in there for now. I found an old wireless speaker. I bought it and I thought that'd be great for the camper van, and I've never actually used it. So I don't know, maybe I'll give that away, give it to somebody who I see on the road or something like that. But so far they're all full now, but I've got that one to do next, and this one is a bad one, a really bad one. Let's see what wonders I can find in this one. Okay, completely transparent. There is an awful lot of stuff in that drawer, but it's not as bad as it seems. A resistance cord for when I'm doing little workouts, a little bag of tools that came with my new bike, some reflectors which came with my new bike. I figured I'd get a Ford bottle opener. I mean, it's quite a cool one, but that's to go on the VW. Pots, pans, kettle, brushes, cleaning stuff. I use that all the time. I've got me, that's the best way of ironing when you haven't got an iron, crease releaser. I do have an iron now, so that's pretty redundant. That is just spray on the windows and then scrub it and then you can squeegee it. But that has already got a place with my new Kratcher window vac thing. Boof, that'll do for that. Over here, a Ridge Monkey. That's the second Ridge Monkey I've got because I've got a budget version just there. So, I don't know. That's for a puncture repair kit for my paddleboard, I think. Bin bags. I've got under here already, just over there, tea, coffee, sort of reserves, because I tend to just get them all out, chop them there, and they go inside there just like that. And I've got some normal cleaning stuff. So in theory, not too bad. That little spare box that I had, I'm going to use that for all my cleaning sprays, my crease releaser. I have absolutely no idea why I've got contact adhesive sat in here, but hey ho, it is what it is. I make it look like I've actually not got that much crap, but in reality, you wait till you see how many bags of crap that I've filled. Now we've got this unit just here, and it's always just been a bit of junk. We built it specifically so that this one down here can have the coffee pods in it, and this one up here, but the coffee pods, everything's just got too expensive, so now it's just pretty much a junk one. I mean, check out the state of this. We actually mounted this plant. Yeah, we actually physically melted it. There was no fire or anything. I dropped the air fryer just there, and the exhaust for the air fryer went straight out into that, which was where the plant was. And now it's a little bit melted. Danielle's coming back later, so chances are, if she's not mad busy, we may end up going to IKEA just to buy her a new plant. Or I can be the smart man and just not tell her that it's broken. Just get rid of it. She won't know. It actually ended up in the bag that I'm using for all the rubbish. You should see all the crap I've got under here. I've just pulled this cup out and check this out. We've got it full of when I crashed the drone and I had all the broken propellers. It's still absolutely chucking it down. So I've masked up underneath that driftwood because I like to collect things that I've got memories. I found that on a beach in Anglesey. It was perfect, so I made a little key hook for it. But we're about to start painting just solely because it's still absolutely chucking it down outside. So I've masked up this just to make it so it doesn't get a bit of white on it, because I want all this wood frame here, all this black's going to get changed to white, this is going to go white, that's going to go white, everything is going to go white. I had to remove these are like, I've got 2 goose feathers just from 2 adventures that I did, and I've got a porcupine quill. Now I'm just going to try and paint this white. I guess this is the last time you're going to see that black. Let me know what you think. The first coat is always a rough coat just to sort of get a texture down on it. But it does, well, I don't know. I don't know what I think of it. But we'll see when it's done. I've already started now. So first coat is on, or the first main coat. I've got to lift open all the doors and get all the black that's between all the doors. But yeah, so far, it's getting there. Ever get that feeling that it might have been a mistake? It's slowly coming together. That's on a couple of coats so far of white, and obviously it's still not perfect. We're still getting there, but it's going to look good when it's done, hopefully. While I'm waiting for the overhead to dry, I've decided to start working on the bottom. We've got these pieces of wood and we're basically cutting them to size and sticking them on. Now we don't want nail holes in like that we've got on the ones on the top, so we're just going to glue them down with some good strong Gorilla Wood glue and leave them to dry overnight before painting them. We've also got to do it to the ones down there. Now came home from work and there's me thinking she'll help out and it'll be great and everything. Instead we both got distracted by watching the Vegas F1. Did you guys watch it? What do you guys think of it? Either way, not bad for a bit of distracting me from all the bad luck that I've had lately, is it? But this is what we've done so far. So I've got all the frameworks on. I'm just going to let them dry now. The top one should be dry now, so I'm going to get the tape off and just give it a lick of white and just see what it looks like. We've obviously still got to do door handles and stuff like that. That's another job, and we don't know what to do around the fridge yet. That's where we're up to so far. I'll show you better in normal daylight, but we still need to do a few extra coats all around here, but it's getting late, so I'm staying at her house. She's just coming in the door now, actually. Say hi, love.
Hello.
Yeah, so we're going to do the rest of it tomorrow when we've got a little extra time. So it's a couple of days later. We've actually been able to find a garage that will allow us to take it in just for a look. He's going to take it in just to check the coolant leak to see if it's an easy repair. Every garage I found, which was 6, all said, no, can't do anything until next week, but I need the van a lot more before then. So this is what we're doing. We're going to attempt to get it up there now. It's currently saying, because it is nearly rush hour, that we've got 27 minutes to get there. So the place doesn't open for an hour. So we've left ourselves enough time to get there, plus all the stops to be able to top up the coolant. We've plotted the route where we've always got somewhere to pull in, somewhere to be able to actually top up the van. Let's see how many times we need to top it up. Come on, turn green, the lights are on red. This is taking longer. The more I sit here, the more the water's absolutely pouring out of the van. I don't think I've mentioned it yet, but the water is actually leaking out of the van. It's not leaking internally into the van. But I need to keep moving. I put 10 litres of water in the fresh water tank on the van, just so that when I'm up here I can just fill up my water straight from the tap inside the back. There we go. I've done 1 mile and it's come on. That's how much is left in the bottom of a 2 litre tub after that first fill up. 1 mile. This garage is 6 miles away. Next one at 3 miles. Pulled into some random posh looking housing estate. This is the bit that nerves me down a little bit now, because we're just about to pull onto basically a long country lane. So I'm hoping that does me until I get there, or until I can at least find like a farm entrance or something where I can pull in there and top up again. Filling up for the 3rd time, another 3 litres. That's 6 litres I've gone through so far, but that's what the van looks like so far. I'm hoping it should get it. I'm hoping to get it done today if he can't do much to the water. Ho 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 ho. It just come on just as I was pulling into the garage. I just topped up. There you go, you can see where it's leaking from now. Look how much it's leaking. That's insane. But there's an Iveco Daily right next to us. 57 plate. That looks like it's going into a camper because it's got a mattress in the back. I had to leave the van with them. It is the water pump. The joy with that is I had it booked in for VW next week to have that done. So now it's going to get done a bit sooner. Told them I'll leave it with them. They can't do it until Friday, so I'm without a van now for it's Tuesday now. Tuesday, Wednesday, 3 days. We'll see how it goes. I've got a 2-hour walk back to Danielle's house. That's where I'm going to be staying for a few days. God knows what I'm going to be doing. I can't just sit still. She's going to come back from work one day to find I've redecorated the house or something. That's a nice church, but I hope that weather stays off. It's amazing how Google Maps finds random paths just like this, isn't it? I mean, come on. I'm wearing light grey joggers and light grey shoes, and this is the path that Google Maps sent me down. This side looks a bit... what's the chances I'm going to fall on my ass? I've got to be wise because the majority of my clothes are still in the van. Everything I've got is still in the van. Well, I've got one pair of trainers and what's in my backpack, which is probably a couple of outfits. Whoa, this bit's a bit slippy. There you go. It's just a bit of bog. How about it's a bit of fun? Think of the content. Looks like we're going to have a lovely little stint over the canal now. Look at the size of that boat down there. We've got absolutely everything on this hike today, haven't we? Ah, there's where your tomato soup and your ketchup gets made. Heinz 57. Ah, I can't even smell tomato soup. Oh, I want tomato soup now. Well, my trainers haven't fared well in this weather. And I found out that one of my trainers have got a hole in because my foot's wet. But can you blame me when the path's looking like this? But I guess now I can sit and work out exactly what I can do for the next 3 days. Maybe even 4 days until the van's actually sorted. I don't know. Today, I'm going to get back, have a cup of tea, because I'm just dying for a cup of tea. I'm English, that's what we do. I'm probably going to do some editing on this video and another one that I've got in the making. And then some training, because one day this week I've got my theory test and my hazard perception test for my HGV, because I'm creating a backup plan, because I'm going to go full-time content creator very, very soon. But I want to have a backup plan. Currently a coach driver, so I've got that as a backup. But if I can have a HGV license as well, have that as a backup as well. If I ever do need work, I've always guaranteed to find some somewhere. Tune in next time to see how much the van's actually going to cost me. Peace out, guys.